Unqualified as Fuck is the ultimate podcast for anyone hustling to find happiness in this crazy world. Whether you're deep in a relationship, stuck in a situationship, heartbroken, or just feeling lost, we've got your back.
Join us as we share our own experiences and guide you on your journey of self-awareness and elevation.
We're committed to offering diverse perspectives because we understand that there's more than one way to get shit done.
By the way, we're with the shits.
So tap in, get lit,
and let's get to the bag. Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of the Unqualified as Fuck podcast. Mm-hmm. I am your host, Azar Faraday. Don't forget to say the whole name. This is my beautiful co-host, Opulent Six.
Hey.
And my gorgeous co-host, Jenny B. Thick.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Of course.
Who's your baby?
Of course, your baby. So, okay, today we're gonna talk about a post that we saw on Justin LeBoy's Instagram, which I know most people follow him. He has a lot of funny memes or whatever. This post said, "What the fuck do men even want?" Six.
Dropped it in your lap.
Yeah, that's our topic today. What the fuck do men want? Let us know something.
I don't even think that women really care.
Oh,
based on our comment section.
You're right, though.
Women don't care what men want.
You're not right, because I feel that way, but you're right.
Women just want what they want. And want men to want what they want.
That's the big. So
I don't even think y'all really care what we want, because we would tell y'all and y'all would just throw that to the side and talk about what you want instead. So, do you really want to know?
I want to know.
I do.
Because the list ain't that long, baby.
I know it's not. That's the interesting part.
The list ain't that long. One, we want you guys to control and regulate your emotions, because your emotions not being regulated is what causes most of the problem. That's what causes the misunderstandings. That's what causes the mishaps. And that's what causes the miscommunication is y'all emotions. So let's just start there. Control your emotions. You said on the last episode that, because y'all birth children, y'all hormones are all over the place. So you can feel 10 different ways in the course of an hour. And that's beautiful. We understand that. But when you don't have control of your own emotions, you make room for chaos. So let's start there. And
that's
now
huge.
We could just go
That's a lot.
Well, seriously, because I'll get to the surface stuff, but if you can't control your emotions, you can't control your thoughts. If you can't control your thoughts, then more than likely you're not going to control your behavior, and you're going to end up doing something or saying something you regret or realizing is stupid or asinine later. So most of the time y'all contribute to the delinquency of your own happiness through that type of stuff. So just can learn how to control your emotions and stop getting advice from other women.
I agree.
Women give women the most horrible advice.
They do.
I train, for those of y'all who are listening who don't know, I train like 99.9% women all day long. And I've sat up and I've literally heard women tell other women, "Oh, you need to leave him." Mm-hmm. But they be in a similar situation and won't leave. Like, I've known, wait, I don't say that. I'm like, you're in the same position and you want to hold on to your man, yet you telling her "Oh, you need to leave him." Mm-hmm. Or getting in her head, making her feel a way about something she never even really felt a way about.
100%.
So y'all give each other horrible advice.
I agree.
Most of the time,
yes,
when it come to men.
I was at a party with a friend, and she brought a friend too. And the party was for her dude, and they're seeing each other, whatever. And she was all in her ear the whole time, where's he at? Is he coming up here to see you? Is he going to buy you a drink? I don't know, bitch. I don't know. And I'm just sitting there the girl is fine. He's going to come over. He's going to say hello. And I just felt so bad for her.
But then that makes her now, but wait, watch this. Showing you how it works about emotions. Mm-hmm. Now if that girl got in her head, And she like, damn, well, yeah, he need to just hurry up and get here so this bitch can get off my nerves. But then what happens is now when he get there, his girlfriend becomes performative because she like, nigga, you have to perform so she can give you the okay and won't be on my. Now this putting unnecessary pressure on him because of how the friend. You see what I'm trying to say?
But that's why I think that a few things I've learned in the past is keep your family, your friends out of your personal, private relationship. Period. You can have somebody that you talk to for advice. Pick and designate those people. Make sure that they know what's up and they're wise. Make sure that the advice you're taking is from someone who lives a life that you wouldn't mind trading lives with. Number two, when I want to know about a man, I ask a man that I respect, a man that's a leader, a man that actually has a good relationship with himself and the woman that he's with. That's where I go, because the same thing happens for men who literally want to ask about women. We're so widely different, men and women. So a man will ask me advice about a woman and he'll think a completely opposite thing. And I'm like, bro, she don't like you.
We do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm like,
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I'm like, she just don't like you. It's so easy for a woman to see that.
Yeah.
It's just the same for a man. It's so easy for a man to see that. So it's important that we are asking the right people the right questions. Find those people in your life, use them as your security guard, and everyone else keep the fuck up out of your relationship. Ooh. And that's a fact.
6. Let you finish the. I feel
like
we
that
kinda,
format.
Yeah.
Y'all talking. I agree with her. I like the format we got going here.
Yeah, okay.
I'll say it. And
okay.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
That you should probably only take advice from somebody that you want to look like, live like, or be like.
Right.
And then get to a point in your relationship where you and your mate is so solid that you don't need any outside advice. Y'all can go bounce the ideal or the problem off of one another. That's ideally where you want to be in a solid relationship where you don't need outside influence. Like you can go directly to your woman or go directly to your, and then y'all can figure it out from there. But that's the ultimate, that's the final level of conquering your relationship.
Yeah.
Where y'all can have turmoil, friction, or tribulations, and you don't need to seek outside agency.
I find
y'all can get it. That is the ultimate level. That's the level you want to strive for.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I know a lot of people come to you, so you'll probably find this as weird as me. Like, how many couples don't talk to each other about really important stuff?
The stuff.
It's
people don't feel emotionally safe.
But men. So here's
tell your side,
ladies.
Yeah.
You want? So what do men want?
Yeah.
We want when you to talk to us to talk in a straight line.
Get you have told
to
me that.
The point.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need you to make it long and draw it out. We don't need you to create a word salad. Get to the point. Like, we don't really like when you go all around and about to say what you got to say. Hey, honey, what's up? Rent, third, due, car note 2. Don't forget court. Don't tell me the whole story about, hey, just learn how to be succinct when you talk to men. We only look for the bullet points. Matter of fact, when y'all get to going on and on, we're not even listening. We just listen for cue words to bring us back. We only want the bullet points.
Yeah.
Save the long talks or the in-depth for something that's more important. But if it's too frequent, then we frequently check out. And the more we check out, the more we're not even there. So be succinct. Save the long talks for your homegirls. And I'm not saying like when y'all in a car and y'all vibing out and having them, deep, intimate talks. I'm saying just on a regular, give us the bullet points. My wife know when she got something to tell me, something, like just give me the bullet points. And then we'll ask questions.
Yeah.
And you know what?
We'll be like, hey,
clarity,
but other than that, just give us the bullet points. Bam, 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 boom. And that's what we want.
You know what else I'll say that I've learned and that I tell a lot of my homegirls? Women, we sometimes look for a man. You want him to be everything. You want him to go shopping with you. You want him to be your partner that you talk everything about, gossip about this girl, do this, talk about your work, go, you want him to be so many things.
A girl.
And you have to remember that that is not your gay best friend. That is a grown man, and you have to have friends for those things. I have a homegirl that I'll go shopping with. I have myself that I'll go shopping with if I'm keeping it real. You have a homegirl that you'll go call about and say, yo, girl, guess what? Da, 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 da. Your man is not every single thing for you. And you have to understand that because men are wired differently. We become frustrated when you expect him to want to sit there and care about the same things you care about. It's not going to be like that. And you're setting yourself up for failure by even thinking that this man should play that role. He does not have to play that role with you, and it is not his responsibility to sit there and be your gay best friend, your mama, your homegirl, your daddy, your man. That's not how that works. Let a man be a man. Understand your man. Actually do the work to figure out what he likes, what is his triggers, what are the things that he cares about. Because a lot of the time we get frustrated because we're putting these expectations on a man, and a man was never supposed to even be that. He was never supposed to be that. So you're creating a falsity of a person. This is like we create men in our heads and then we project it onto the men that we're with. Let's stop doing that and let's get in touch with reality, figure out that men are completely different beings than women and understand them just like we expect them to understand us.
Yeah, no, I agree.
looked at
I
me.
think I know. I think it
Support
really,
what he likes.
yeah,
Support what your man likes. Like you said, he don't want to go shopping. Sometimes he do, sometimes he don't. But why don't you find out what he like and support what he like? Babe, if he is into baseball, take him to a baseball game. Babe, here, I'm gonna go watch baseball with you and let him tell you all about baseball while you sitting there.
Just like you want to tell him all about
your day.
Exactly.
every
But
little
let
nuanced
him
thing.
partake and take a genuine interest in some of the things he like so that you can know how to make him happy on a day-to-day surface level.
Yeah, I believe that.
Because you might know the things he do, but you don't understand them to even tap into it to make him happy.
And men are a lot more simple than we are. So sometimes we think it has to be complicated or we have to over-explain things, and it's not necessary. It's like men are really more black and white than we are completely. And I think as women, it's hard to understand that because we need so many things to check off this box. Men don't really even need all that. They're very simple, but we're the ones who overcomplicate it. If we really strive to understand what men like and who they are, then things would be a lot different, I believe, in relationships.
And we also want you guys to be nasty.
Oh my God.
Of course.
I thought the episode was What Do Men Want? Why
It
would you
is.
say, oh my God?
No.
See, yo man, I feel sorry for him.
Ooh.
Even the topic made you say, oh my God. That's not the enthusiasm your
You
man
ain't gotta
gonna
feel
want.
sorry for him,
That-
baby.
Shut your nasty ass up. You ain't gotta, but that's the enthusiasm you want. Ladies,
Be nasty.
get nasty. Your man is nasty. If you don't believe me, check his browser history.
Jesus. Scared.
Be nasty for you. This episode is What the Fuck Do Men Want?
It is.
Be nasty. Matter of fact, the more money and status your man got, the nastier he is. The nastier you gotta be. Trust me, he has a sexual appetite that you should want to satisfy so that he's not all over the place eating here and there and doing this and that. So understand that.
What you mean
Don't-
eating here and there?
Because I used
You're using an analogy.
analogy appetite. So you don't want him eating at every smorgasbord. You don't want him at every restaurant.
Definitely
I
don't
was
want him
the
eating
analogy.
around.
It was the analogy, nasty. But he
Now I'm nasty. 10 minutes ago, he was scared for my man.
I am, because when I said be nasty, like, oh my God, but no, I'm dead
Well,
ass.
because I think
the
that's
more
a
money,
given.
the more, but it ain't a given from a lot of women. The
Right.
more money a man got, the nastier he gonna be.
See, this is my thing. I'm so afraid to get with a man that's like super high status because I know those type of men, and I've been with those type of men who are really rich, celebrity or whatever. Baby, they done seen it all. They done had everything.
The
So you
more
gotta
money
really,
he has,
That's his point.
the nastier he's
Uh-huh.
going to be.
Mm.
but we live in a world now where you gotta be like really aware, because I no judgment anywhere, but men are, they're into a lot of things these days. You know what I mean? Some things that I might not be willing to explore. You get what I'm saying?
I don't get what you said.
I think I
Like
know.
men would like to be bent over and they want to be.
Okay,
fucked.
I don't have no judgment.
I'm
on
I'm not
what
judging these
I'm
men.
not
dudes are doing.
touching that.
Look,
But
if
I'm
that's
not
what your
doing that.
man wants, hey, that's
another
between
level of
y'all.
man.
That's
But you
the
guys
level
see
of-
that so we're on a podcast. I see other podcasts all the time. There's men out here that are like, yeah, I want to get pegged. I want to get this. And it's just like,
Not my
Hey.
now
man.
when I talk to a man, I ask him, hey,
Well, yeah, start there. Ask your man what he's into.
Yeah, that's
Because I'm not here to
you
judge
know,
nobody or
yeah,
stop
just
nobody
figure it
from
out.
getting
Get
what they want. Because they're going
yeah.
to get off whatever their little thing is. They're going to find a way to get it off. And you have
Facts.
to ask your question. Do you want them to get it off elsewhere, or would you like them to get it off with you? But either way it go, they're going to get it off, especially if he has money. Because if he has money, he has options
Yeah.
and
Somebody's gonna do it.
opportunity.
Yeah.
That's the difference between a regular man and a man that has money and status. Men with money and status, we have opportunity and we have a plethora of options.
Mm-hmm.
So the woman you with, because if you think about it, and this is important, great sex is important for a man.
Yeah.
That's all we get.
That's
Aw.
not true.
No, listen.
He's telling you.
Exactly. And this is why y'all don't want to care what the fuck a man wants.
I care.
She ain't even
Say
listening.
it. Say it. Say it, friend. I care.
All we get is sex.
That's your reward.
Let me put that in context.
Yeah, that's it's your reward. Yeah.
You are not about to buy not one man a motherfucking house. You're not about to buy one man a motherfucking car. You don't got to go bust your ass to buy a car, a house, pay a mortgage.
So
buy-
is
No, no, no,
a
listen.
kid not getting
Listen.
something?
Oh,
Is
wow.
me carrying a child in
Listen.
my body?
And this is why y'all don't care what
Okay.
men want.
It's
Because when we
coming-
It's
start
coming
telling,
out.
when
It's
we
coming
start
out.
telling you what men want, you got something to fucking say instead of listening.
I don't have something to say. What I'm
You
trying to
just
tell
fucking
you.
said it.
Listen.
Don't tell me. You're supposed to be listening. The last episode was how to protect the woman. You're supposed to be listening to what men want, but you got something to say. And I start the episode off, which I heard me say, do y'all really care? And you prove you don't.
6.
That's my name,
Please
not
stop-
my number. Stop
Please
calling
stop
me.
yelling at me. I would really appreciate.
I would
don't
lower the
feel
decibels. That's
protected
not yelling. That's just
emotionally.
my passion, baby.
I
That's
know.
how I show my passion.
Please,
But
make
I'ma
sure these
break it
people know
down.
how much you love me.
I love you.
Okay, so stop.
I love you enough
To tell you.
to tell you that you don't care what men want.
I do care. You
No,
know
you
me.
don't.
You know me.
I know
Be
what
real.
you're showing.
6.
That's my
6.
name now. My number. Stop
you know
calling
me,
me.
and you know what type of woman I am.
Fair day. Take my hand. I'm gonna calm you down.
Is it me that needs calming?
Yes, it is.
Because you feel this women right
Listen.
here. This is nurturing. Love.
No, it's not nurturing. Because soon as y'all start talking about kids,
What about my baby?
yeah,
What my
like,
body
oh, I
went
have
through.
to carry a baby. Yes, and that's beautiful. That's what you were built to fucking do.
But you're saying I'm not
You didn't
arguing.
let me get to the end of my point before I could even get it out. You interjected,
Just
which
go.
proved
Just
my
go.
point. Y'all don't care.
Just go.
This
I
is
was gonna put
interesting.
it into context for you,
Mm.
so you understand the importance of it. But you interjected.
I love y'all. Come
Just
on now, get it out.
We're real brother and sister around here. This is how we act.
Because I want y'all to understand something. First of all, women have equal opportunity in this world for the most part now, right? Correct? So
I don't
you
think
could
men and women are equal.
Listen, I didn't
Okay,
say
keep
that.
going.
I'm going to talk to Jen. For the most part, men and women have equal
yes.
opportunity.
Meaning
If
anything.
you wanted to go be a lawyer, could you?
Correct.
And
yes.
men could be a lawyer.
Correct.
If you wanted to be a doctor, you could.
Correct.
And men could be a doctor, right? How many women construction workers are there? A lot or a little? Very few.
Probably.
Men are building this world.
Mhm.
Electricians, the people that go make the telephone line so you can pick up the phone and call. How many women are doing that?
Don't know.
Very few, right?
I can imagine. Yeah.
We are building this world
Yeah.
for you.
I agree.
Yeah.
I believe in all that.
Listen, you get with a man, it's already been stamped. You're supposed to be the what? Provider. We have the pressure. I have to figure out how to buy this house, build this house, get this house, the rock, 10 times the salary for the ring. We have to do all these things. Oh, there's a sound. What is that? Let me go downstairs and put my life at risk. Ooh, We just walked out of the restaurant. Let me make sure I'm on the outside of her.
Mm-hmm.
In case a car run up, it hit me first.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that go into being a man that we have to do to even be considered a good man. Because women think that they have the license or the stamp to revoke your license as a man. You're not a real man. I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah.
Ladies, if you listening, there's not a woman on earth that can say what a real man is and ain't, because you're not a man and never been a little boy to say what a real man is. He can do whatever. A real man is a man, period. He might not be a good man, but he's a man. Oh, you don't make this amount of money, you're not a real man. You don't do this, you're not a real man. Yes, he is. He's a real man. He's just not a good man. But y'all not allowed to say what a real man is. So stop. In 2024, women stop saying, because you don't hear men say, you're not a real woman.
You do these days.
You're not a real woman.
You
For
do.
the most part, that is not, that phrase ain't even coined by men. That's by women. So you rarely hear that.
Well,
you hear a woman say, you're not a real man before you hear a man say, you're not a real woman.
That's a fact.
I hear it a lot, yeah.
That's a fact.
You're not a.
That's the first go-to. You want to emasculate.
You're not a real man.
That's the
you're
first
not paying
thing.
the bills. You're not a. All I'm saying is, if we're building a world, got to pay the bills, got to figure it out, got to fly you around. Like I said, you don't have the responsibility to fly no man around the world. You're not about to fly off rip no man around the world. You're gonna get flew on around the world. When you on a yacht, you get to get invited to the yacht. You get to get invited to the yacht. I have to pay for the yacht.
Mm-hmm.
I have to bust my ass in life, acquire enough knowledge, wealth, and resources to buy the yacht for you to enjoy.
Is it
Facts.
worth it?
Listen,
Is it worth it?
when you go to the club, you can get in free before 10 or 11. We're not getting in free.
I get it free after 10 and 11.
When after you get in free no matter what.
Right.
Facts.
When you see a man at the table, for the most part, if he a real man, going off of that, he
Right.
bought that table.
Right.
Facts.
Facts.
You don't have to buy a table to be at it enjoying the bottles.
But do you feel like there's
Listen,
pretty
I don't
privilege? Is
want
it
to-
all women or
I
is it
don't
pretty
want to
privilege?
answer your question. I want to get my point off my chest.
Go, babe.
Go get it off. the
Go,
chest.
friend. Go, babe. Go,
Because
friend.
you see how thick I'm landing on?
Mhm.
So you see all what a man has to do and endure and leave the door, go out here, battle the world for what we want, snatch it out of the world's fist.
Facts.
I am going
I'm
to
not going to stop until you stop. You're going to let me get this off my chest.
get it.
Because it's a lot.
Go.
We have to go battle the world. Snatch it out of the world's fist. Our dreams and yours. We just talked about how we in charge of protecting you and helping you with your dreams.
Yeah.
You don't help me with my dreams. You're not a real man. I got to help my dreams and yours. It's a lot that we have to do. And our reward for doing all of what I was just trying to say for the last 10 minutes
It's nasty sex.
is nasty sex.
Yeah.
And we can't even get that?
You could get, y'all
You
could
could
What?
definitely have that.
Yeah, you can have that.
What? That was all of what we got to do to get this yacht, to go to school, get the best haircuts the way y'all needed to get, the cars y'all wanted to drive in, the vacations y'all like to go, the houses y'all like to be in, the shoes and the bags you like. Remember your birthday, help your mama out. We have to do a whole lot. And in the end, all we get is sex. So make sure it's nasty and wet.
So now I'm going to say this because I have to ride for my ladies.
Go ahead.
Because I'm the
Well,
one who
before you
rides for
change the
ladies.
subject, I'm gonna say one thing.
Go
'Cause
ahead.
right for them, but today I was doing my hair, and my dad asked me. He was like, all this stuff you have to do. He was like, "Are you tired of being a woman?" And I was like, "No."
So
I
that's
don't do
what I'm
nothing.
trying to say. So let me ride for women. Let me ride for women. A
This
little
show
bit.
is about men.
So, but I don't care. So that's the thing.
I know.
I just
said-
kidding. I said that on purpose.
I said she done got up. I literally.
I can't
I
believe you
did it on
just
purpose.
proved his point.
I did it on purpose. It was a joke.
I literally said when I walked in, I don't care.
They can't.
I literally said that.
They can't hear you.
It doesn't matter.
So listen.
I am with you.
I am with. Now let me talk. I am with everything you said, Six. I agree. Now, let me tell you, this is coming from a woman who's nasty, who does a lot for men. You both know that. I'm not I care about men. I care about what they feeling. I give. I show a lot of affection, nurturing, and compassion to men. I am like that. And I feel for men. And I am like that. And you guys could not say otherwise, Six or Jen. I'm that woman for sure. Okay? But I will say this, right?
I am crying.
No, because I will say this.
No, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
I understand the sacrifice men make in order to be. Let me say, I understand the sacrifice a good man makes in order to be with a woman. It's a lot. Men do have a lot on their chest, and they don't get to express it in the same way that a woman does. So I understand you, and I'm not fighting against anything you said, and I want to be clear on that. I will say this. Women, we also have to do a lot. Because in order to attract a man, no, listen to what I'm saying. In order to attract a man of your caliber, baby, in order to attract a successful, wealthy man, we're in that gym. We're eating right every day. Our skin has to be glowing. Our hair has to be flowing. Our ass has to be cupped. Our stomach has to be flat. Okay? And that takes a lot of effort.
That's not 100% true.
But a lot of the time it is.
That's not.
But let me finish.
True. I'm going to let you finish,
okay.
Kanye.
Okay. But let me finish.
It's really not.
Shay?
It's not about women.
What do
you just made it about women? But this
But
ain't about women.
Anyways, it's not about
women.
women, but I'm going to say what I have to say. And I love this. I love this back and forth banter. So also a woman brings in a baby into this world. That is not easy. You are carrying a baby for 9 months. You're sick. You're going through body changes. You get big as hell. You can't even sleep on your motherfucking stomach side. You feel crazy, right? So you're going through all of that. Then you're giving birth to the baby, which is painful. Then you're breastfeeding the baby. Your boobs is depleted. They saggy as shit. You might have postpartum depression. You going through it. You don't feel like yourself anymore. You give your whole entire life to this child. And no matter what, a man and a woman have different roles and responsibilities when it comes to raising a kid. And the woman is the prime parental figure in a kid's life.
That's not true.
I think so.
Why do you think the woman is a prime parental
Because
figure?
I think that women, no matter what, have to give more to their child.
It
doesn't always happen.
That could be the case. Let's just say that could be the case.
Okay.
But y'all not the primary parental nothing. It is equal.
I agree.
That's that man's child too. The
I
society
agree.
has made you think that you're
I
the
agree.
prime parent. You're not the prime parental anything because you carried that seed. That seed wasn't nothing until a man put it there.
I
it
agree.
wasn't nothing but bloat, motherfucker.
I
You
agree.
was bloated
No.
until I made it an actual baby.
Okay, I agree with you. I will say that I agree with you. I will say that I agree with you. I feel like the man is as much, but I will say that a woman is breastfeeding that child. A woman it's like a kid without a mother is way more affected than a kid without a father.
That's not true.
Nah.
You can't even
At the
imagine nobody's
beginning
pain.
age, at the beginning ages of a child's birth, 1 to 5 is the most influential part of a child's life.
Period.
Most of your trauma is 1 to 5. If that mother is not breastfeeding that child, a breastfed child and a child that's not breastfed, you know how different they are? You know
You
what
don't
science
even know.
Yes, I do.
What? How different are they?
Extremely.
Says who?
Extreme
Where you getting this data from?
Science.
All right, quote some. Quote,
I'm not going to quote anything. Look it
because
up.
You don't
Look
have
it up.
anything. I'm not looking up anything. You just saying
Listen.
something that sounds good. And I'm not going to let you allow you to do that.
But my biggest thing is,
a child needs a mother and a father at that age,
Period.
and either one is going to create a deficiency. I agree with you, but I'm saying either one because I'm not going to let you diminish the role of a father.
I'm not going to diminish
I am
it.
a father. You just did. I am a father. You just said that a mother's role is more imperative.
In the beginning stages.
It's not more imperative. It's equally. Because without a father, that child is still missing something.
I agree.
Without a mother and a father.
I agree.
Let me take it down. A mother and a father.
Thank you.
Brings balance.
I agree.
When a child is missing one or the other, they're going to be imbalanced in some type of way. Because what a mother has, a father does not and cannot even reproduce.
I agree.
Even artificially. And what a father has, a mother doesn't have and can't even produce
I agree.
artificially.
I
because
agree.
you cannot attest for the kind of confidence a father instills in their baby's heart and their subconscious when they look up and see their father
I agree.
from the time they born and have that kind of you can't even account for that. You can't measure that to say how they affected or not affected.
I agree.
So I am not going to let you split hairs and say a mother is more important.
I'm not saying that a mother is more important than a father. I'm just saying that a mother's role in a baby's life is huge. I'm not saying that a father's isn't. I do believe that both are important. Trust me, I'm someone with childhood trauma because of issues with both parents, period. Okay, that's why they say that people have daddy issues, because an unpresent dad or your dad is like your first man that you look to for an example, especially as a woman. It is so important. A dad's role is so important. I will not take that away. I do believe both my parents are married. I have 2 parents. I do 100% believe how important it is to be a
What is
man.
your
But
point?
my point is
that you made
my
everybody's
point
point
is-
that women don't care women.
no. My point is that you are not going to tell me that the only thing a man gets from a woman is nasty sex.
How am I not going to tell you that?
Okay.
So you tell me what a man feel he get. No, since you know what a man feel a man get, tell me what a man feels he get. Tell
I
me.
love that y'all making the point.
Tell me what a man feels he get, Azar. Tell
I'm not
me.
a man, so I'm not going to speak for a man.
I'm up out of here.
Bye.
You just spoke for a man.
Bye.
You just sat here for 20 minutes telling me how a man feel what he get. When I just told you what's up there, high of importance. I was getting ready to, before this turned into a 30-minute thing, the level of importance and how important it is. Because that's what we feel. But she just sat here and tried to tell me that ain't how we feel.
I'm
And
not
this is
saying
what a
that's
lot-
not how you
Wait,
feel.
watch this. I'm going to show you how dangerous what she did is. Azar is one of the most sensitive, feminine, loving, like into you, getting your spirit. Like, you are more safe with her than a lot of women.
A lover girl. She's a lover girl.
Real talk. You more safe with her than a lot of women. And look how wrong she got it. So imagine women that ain't like her. Because you feminine, you soft, you care about men. We going at it, but she care about men, care about how they feel. She's a lover girl.
Mhm.
And look how wrong she is from the pit of her, wait. From the pit of her visceral answer. So imagine a woman that ain't loving like you, that ain't intuitive with men. If you can be wrong from the pit of your visceral answer,
Yeah.
imagine women, and you are rare. I tell her that all the
Yeah,
time.
you
Like,
do tell her
rare,
that.
the way you love
Yeah.
on men, the way you
Yeah.
like speak to us, and the way you make sure we straight, and the way you make it a safe place. I tell her that all the time.
Yeah.
And this is important because she is a safe place, and her visceral response was no. And to compare and contrast.
Because
And-
I feel like I provide a safe space and I provide all
You
those
do.
things. So
But
I'm
you're
like,
not hearing
how
that
are
what
you?
he is.
point
Let me
is
dissect that because
my point is you do.
Yeah.
And even you being as a good woman as you is, you still discounted
low
what a
key
man wants.
missed the mark. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
get
gonna
that.
sit here as someone who hasn't said much and watched the interaction between you two because honestly, that's what was happening in the comments of that post. Literally just men and women going back and forth. And I think what I take from that is that, again, what I heard is that women want men to like appreciate or take account for something that they should care about when they're just saying, whether you do that or not. There's a lot of women out here with babies without fathers because whether you do that or not, whether you carry the baby or not, whether you're whatever you think you are or not, we're telling you it's this and you're telling us we should appreciate something else. And he's literally sitting here saying, this is what we appreciate. And that's where women keep missing it because he's sitting here as a man telling us it's literally like 4 things. And you're like, well, what about the babies? And what about the and our bodies?
I
And
couldn't
he's
even
like,
get to the other 3.
I was
started at
waiting.
the
Yeah.
priority, the top
Yeah.
number 1 surface level. I started just surface level.
yeah.
And
that's
I wanted
what I'm
to
seeing.
explain,
Yeah.
like, so that you grasp, like, damn, I never thought about a man does all this stuff. And his reward is nasty, satisfying sex. Because my point is, what do men want? Don't be boring in bed. Give him what he need. He finna do a whole lot to make your world Because if he a good man, right? A good man, he finna make your world incredible.
Right.
You going
so
on them
true.
trips.
It's so
You have peace of mind.
You know
You
what?
have a safe place. He finna do a whole lot. And his reward, his appetite is going to be appeased during sex. So my point was going to be, before you made me go all up in here, make sure that it is good.
And
Talk to
access
him.
to
Ask
it
him what
when
he
wants
like.
it.
Ask him what he like. Make sure he has it frequently. That is how he's rejuvenating and repowering him. That's how he power back up. Because that's what it's about. Because again, once he get the cars and the yacht and give you all this and all that, he did it all for you. What do he get?
You know why I think that I am speaking from a space of, I've never really been with a good man that takes care of me in that way. So I'm speaking of it from a space of like, I have overgave and gave so much to men and been the one to overcompensate in a lot of my relationships. So I'm not speaking from a fair standpoint, because I'm looking at it as like, wait, I've been the one that's doing this, taking you on major trips for your birthday, or going out and you say something, one thing like, oh, I lost one of my AirPods, and then I'm coming tomorrow with AirPods, and I'm bringing so much value to your life. You're starting a business and I'm sitting here figuring out a business plan for you, and I'm finding ways to do this and do this. So I have a lot of time operated in the masculine space when it comes to being in a relationship with a man. And I feel like a lot of women can resonate with this. So where I'm speaking from is from a place of not being with a good man, or a man that's a provider, or a man that takes care of me. I've been in the space of being with a man who I had to take care of, who I gave to. So I got a little offended, because although you're 100% right, and I agree with that, I was speaking from a place of trauma. So I can admit that, and I can acknowledge that I am wrong, and I apologize for being wrong. But I'm speaking.
But I'm glad you admitted that, because a lot of women coming from a place of trauma when they're dealing with a man. And a lot of women listen to this who don't know. And again, I want to reiterate, Azar, when it comes to like men's safety and like, I'm not just saying this because it's my sis, but she near the perfect women that men want, as far as like how we need to feel safe. We need to feel loved. Men need to be baby too. Men. So when a little boy, if you had a son, let me tell you something. If you had a son and your son made a mistake or broke something, right? Are you going to cuss him out?
No.
What would you say? Let's say your son broke, this your baby, this your son. Yeah. He broke something. He like, oh, what would you say?
Oh, baby, it's okay. We can get another one.
I believe she would.
Boom. Let's say your son went to school and he got an F.
We're going to work on it, baby.
And he came and he handed you the F. What you say?
We're going to work on it. What's wrong? Let's talk. What you don't get. But I'm going to do the same
Pause,
thing for
watch this, watch this. And what if he fell and scraped his knee and he crying, he's hurt? What you going to say to your son? How you going to talk? What you going to say?
I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to make sure he's straight.
That's how important the mother is.
Right.
And little boys who have that, we have that until we grow up and get with a woman and we no longer have that.
But see,
wait, pause. We're not talking about, this is not individual.
Okay.
We're talking to everybody.
I got you.
We grow up and we no longer have that. We don't have a woman, if we make a mistake, like I said, a little boy break a glass and you said, oh, baby, it's okay, let's clean up. Man, make a mistake, you in his ass.
Yeah.
We had it as a little, we don't have it no more. We said the little boy fall and scrape himself and he hurt himself. You gonna say, come here. We don't have that no more. You acting like a bitch. Get up. There's still things that need to be done.
See, and
wait, pause. Let me finish before you start with your C. You will be soft with your son. But when we grow up, for the most part, and I'm speaking in general,
I agree.
We don't have a soft place anymore. We have a woman we got to provide for, but she ain't a soft place. We got a woman that'll talk to, you gonna talk to the kids soft. You gonna love on them, shower them, hug them, but the man doesn't get that. He hasn't had that since he was a little boy.
I agree.
You know what he get? Nasty sex. If he's lucky.
Yeah.
After all he had to go through and all he did, that's what he gets. If he's lucky.
If he doesn't have to beg for it.
And I agree, because I think that I'm the wrong person for this conversation, because I am rare. And I'm willing to admit that. I am going to baby a man 100%. He falls, he does something. I'm the same woman who a man will be like, baby, I'm sorry. And he did some crazy stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I understand, you know, and I am that person.
You will.
Yeah.
I am
I know,
that
I just
person.
said that.
Yeah.
That's why it shows how dangerous women are, because look at her visceral response when I'm talking about what men want. As intuitive as she is into men and loving, her visceral response was still to brush off what we want and make what she wanted to be important to us.
Right.
And it don't work like that.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
understand
make
that.
what you want to be important.
Exactly.
I am telling you what's important so that y'all can prioritize it in that way.
I understand
So
that.
please tell us the other few things, because I did hear.
I'm
two
stressed
things.
out now.
Okay, I heard
I'm
two.
sorry.
I heard so because I haven't really.
And
engaged
like
that
I
much.
said,
You
I
did.
was operating from a space of I have been an overgiving woman. So for me, I am that woman that's like, baby, you okay? Come here. Da, 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 da. I am that woman. So for me, I'm like, I give a lot. I give so much.
But
of
I feel like you
myself.
can also do both and still understand the different dynamics
I
between
agree.
the two sexes.
And that's
I
why-
also think that, like, I heard two things, like, and we've been talking about this
Yeah.
even on the last episode. It was for the wrong person.
Exactly.
So
And that's what I'm learning. See, I can acknowledge where I'm wrong. And I've
Me too.
seen that men don't really have that, because when I mess with men or I have a, whatever, a man
That's
that
on
I'm
my
dealing with.
priority list. Don't talk about that one. But that's another thing
Which
when you
one?
said what men want. Accountability.
Yeah. I'm
We
extremely accountable.
We
Yeah.
want women. Do you know how refreshing it is? First of all, and I try to paint a picture so y'all understand the gravity of it.
please do.
I don't try to be long-toothed, but I try.
Long-toothed?
That's
yeah,
a
to
new one.
talk long-toothed.
Long-winded.
Long-toothed.
I'm
Not
Long-toothed.
toothed.
He's got
That's
a
the black
long
version
tooth.
of
Yeah, it is.
long-winded.
The black.
Don't be
old
long-toothed,
Southern
baby.
brother. He's long-toothed.
Okay.
But I want you to understand the gravity of it. In your relationships,
Mhm.
you and your dude have a debate. And we all know men are stupid. How often is your man wrong? A lot. A lot. And we got to come back and like, oh, baby, you like,
Mhm.
all the time.
Mhm.
We know that. 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 So on the one rare occasion when you wrong, why y'all don't want to take accountability?
It's huge.
Like, you ain't been wrong in 3,000 arguments. You don't find
Take
that
one.
suspicious? Like you haven't
Not
been
once?
wrong? Like, women are crazy. You
Yeah.
haven't been wrong in 3,000 arguments.
Yeah.
You don't find that suspicious. Ladies, you can be wrong too. And it's rare y'all come back with genuine accountability.
Mhm.
I do.
You know
Not
what I
just
do
flip
now?
a lot of women just flip the script,
I agree.
ignore it, or just
I
let
agree.
time pass and get back on track, or come with a fake apology.
Women want
Here's
to be the
fake
victim.
apology.
Mhm.
Here's the fake apology. So I'm finna go to the grocery store. You want something? You want me to
I'm gonna
cook?
cook something. Yeah.
You want me to cook? What you want? That's the fake apology. Instead of a woman saying, I'm sorry, I messed up. Y'all be like, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. You want me to cook?
Mhm.
I value men and I value good men. Like, Six is a really rare good man.
Mhm.
I value good men
Thank you.
so much
You really are.
that,
Thank
you know, I am accountable and I care about men's feelings.
You
and
do.
It's really
we want to take it
important.
off of you to make it in general.
No,
for the
no,
people.
this is what I want to say. Women in general become a victim in relationships. I've been in relationships where I was a victim every single time there was something wrong with a man. A man could say one thing and I'm like, well, you did. Remember when you 6 months ago said da 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 da? And that's how I used to be programmed to be.
Mhm.
It is so important as a woman, if you want to have a sustainable relationship with a man, to regard his feelings. We disregard men's feelings so much, and it's so foul to a man because he no longer can express himself. He can't tell you how he's feeling. He cannot literally be in a relationship where he can actually approach you and say, yo, this happened. I feel this type of way, because the first thing we're going to do is be like, well, what did you do last week? Did you take your shoes? Did you?
Well, that's my
And we do not apologize.
the communication analogy I like to use. when a man is talking to you ladies, you have to treat the conversation like a game of football. In a game of football, we throw you the ball and you catch it and run into the end zone. When I tell you something, I want you to grasp it, understand it, and run it home. But most of the time when we tell you something and we throw you the ball, you hit it like a baseball. You just knock it back instead of catching it. And then if the conversation go too long, it go from baseball to tennis. Well, you did this, you did that. Now y'all playing tennis. If you want your relationship to be fruitful and have an open line of communication that is effective, you have to learn to play football. When he tells you something, he's throwing you the ball. Open your arms and catch it. Don't just fire back with a bat to hit the ball back and say, well, you do this. We hate that.
Yeah.
You want to know what men want? We hate the fact that y'all don't take accountability. You rather shut down, flip the script, start crying, turn red, act like you can't breathe and you gonna die and you got the hiccups, the invisible hiccups.
You're right.
We hate that. It is so annoying because it's rare y'all ever wrong. And then the one time you wrong, you gonna die from it.
Right.
You're right.
We gotta admit we wrong even when we not. We gotta admit we wrong all the time. And we have to go through the checklist of hoops.
Yeah.
We can't just be like, babe, I'm wrong. You ain't gonna accept that.
About what?
We gotta tell you why we wrong. Rub your feet.
Yeah.
When you
Run the
did it.
bath water.
You're
Then
right.
go buy you something.
You're right.
We can't. So why y'all can't go through the on a rare occasion? This is what
You're
men
right.
want. This is an issue.
Yeah.
When I'm speaking in general, I'm not attacking you,
Yeah.
I'm not attacking
Yeah.
you. Speaking in general, this is
agree.
what men want. This is what causes friction. This is type of stuff we can't talk about.
You know what's interesting about your analogy? If you really, I don't know if you know, did this on purpose or not, but in football, when you're passing the ball, you're on the same team. In baseball and tennis, you're not. At all the other sports, when you hit the ball back,
Exactly.
you're not on the same
I think,
team.
ladies,
Exactly.
we have to remember not to feel like we're in competition with our men. We're not in competition. We're on the same team. So try to work to understand who your man really is, how to communicate with him in a way that makes sense to him. Because like Six said earlier, we go around all these hoops instead of just giving it to them straight. That's what they want. Give it to a man straight. Understand him and regard his feelings because men do have feelings. Men do, have the right to say how they feel in a relationship. And we also need to learn to be accountable. We need to learn to be sorry when we're wrong. We need to learn to be able to address our own wrongdoing and correct it because men do deserve that. And I'm tired of us beating these men down and then saying, you're not a good man. No, they're tired. They're exhausted.
You emasculate them and then wonder why they're not masculine.
Let's review what we got so far, what men want. We want, and our producer is over there in the corner. Are we on point, right? Because he's a man. Am I on point?
Very much so.
My producer, and you saw I had to fight for it. You saw me fight. That's our producer.
I ain't over here, bro.
Yeah, he was like,
I had to fight for that one, right? So let's reiterate what we got so far, what men want. We want nasty, satisfying sex because we go through a whole lot to provide a whole lot for y'all to be considered a good man. And that is really our reward. That's what rejuvenates us. So make sure that we sexually satisfied. That's at the top of the list. We want to be babied. Our mothers did it, or even worse, didn't do it. We're missing that. We need that. We talked about you need balance. You think when a boy or a girl grow up, we stop needing nurturing? Most women don't nurture their man. You don't hold him for no reason. You don't rub him. You don't just be up under him. Your physical touch is power, is magic in that. Outside is just being sexual.
I love rubbing my man.
He needs to be touched. He needs to be told he's loved. It's not enough to just love a man. He has to know he's loved. You have to tell him, affirm him the same way you would do with your child. When we grow up, we don't abort that need to have that. We just learn to operate without it. But it changes us, it hardens us, it makes us a little bit more callous of a man. So again, nasty sex, a soft spot. We need to be nurtured still. And we want you to be able to admit when you're wrong.
Yes.
Via
Accountability.
effective communication. Allow us to communicate with you without you playing tennis, hitting the ball back and forth to tell us what we went wrong at. We know we're always wrong. Again, you ain't been wrong in 3,000 arguments, okay? You don't find it suspicious. But when you wrong, learn how to admit it. That's where we at. That's the 3 things right there.
And for
You
the
keep
rest
going.
of the things, we will get another episode about what the fuck do men want, because we are going to be wrapping this episode up
We
now.
got a few minutes. Yeah,
we got
like 10
3 minutes ain't enough
No,
to get. 'Cause
10.
we got with 10
Well,
minutes.
you know what I found
but
interesting?
go ahead.
Her advice, you didn't say that. What about the emotional part? Because she was saying you need to listen to him, you need to regress, you need to. He has feelings
That was
too.
him saying,
Well, I
like,
said
accountability,
nurturing and
No, but you said, was that the same thing?
yeah.
Yeah, I said we need.
That's
number
the
3. We
no,
need
but she
to be-
said emotionally when you like listen to your emotions.
We
Wait,
don't have
what?
10 minutes.
We do.
listen to.
My clock says we have 10 minutes.
I just
5:18 right now.
Yeah.
You got
10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
so I just said.
So that's the
sex.
same
Make
thing.
sure he's you was pleased with his sex. I said, make sure that he's being nurtured.
Right.
You have to nurture him. Nurture him is a part of listening to him.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he did
I just
say
want to
that.
make sure
That's
because
a
I
part
wanted
of
to make sure.
listening.
Okay.
How do you if you don't listen to him? How you gonna nurture him? You don't even know what parts hurt.
Okay.
You don't know what parts
Okay.
hurt.
I wanted to clarify that because I
if
wasn't
he's
sure if
hurting
that's right.
financially. The way you gonna appease him is gonna be different from if he's hurting physically. If he's hurting because he had to cut one of his boys off, you're gonna have to appease him and nurture him differently than if he's hurting if he got fired.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the nurturing
Okay,
part.
that's the nurturing part.
You
Okay,
get what I'm
good. I needed to hear that because I
If it-
wasn't.
all right,
sure.
yeah, I just because they needed to hear it out there too.
Yeah.
So
I'm not the
again,
only one confused.
we gonna get to that was 3, right?
Yeah.
We gonna get to the other 4 things on the episodes to come
Okay.
because I don't want to try to rush it,
Yeah.
and hopefully I can get it out.
Don't do
Well,
that.
well, one thing that I saw. Tell me if we have time for this because one interesting thing I saw in the comments, a lot of men, the consensus was like, "Shut the fuck up," and I think there's a lot to that. I think there's a lot to why men are. Do we have time to do that? Because I feel like being quiet for me as a woman does not lessen me. Like I don't feel like less of a woman because I feel like I should be quiet.
In what way do you?
I wanna. Okay, go
Let me
ahead.
get
Ask
in.
your question because I'm gonna answer it for you. I know what you're about to say. Go ahead, because I want to answer it. And what?
Let me say it then, my love.
Okay,
Brother.
boo-boo cakes.
Okay.
Boo boo cakes.
I'm just asking for clarity. So you
I want you to answer it.
Okay.
Ask it. Go ahead.
Okay. In what ways do you say shut up?
I don't think it matters in what ways you say shut up. I just
No,
think-
no.
Ask the question. and look at me
Clarify.
like you
Okay,
said
ask
her.
him.
Ask the
Yeah,
question.
ask it to him then, because I didn't
Looking
say
in
that.
the wrong direction.
Okay, that
Y'all
makes sense.
listening, she's looking in the wrong direction. She's supposed to be asking the man. I just said women give horrible advice to women.
Yeah.
And you looking at her, asking her.
No, because this is what I was
She wanted me to
doing.
clarify my
I was
statement.
clarifying her statement from her, so we can get a good answer from you.
I'm gonna clear it up for her. Come here, boo boo. She is so mad at me. I be getting passionate. We was cussing and stuff. I think everybody stood up and walked off except for Azar.
She has a little more.
She the only one that didn't.
Sat down. She was like,
that's
"I
the
look
one we
too
wanna-
cute to get up."
the
That's
one
why.
we want to see sashaying.
I'm patient though.
Yeah.
I'm really patient, and I'm really,
You are.
I'm
And
just.
we talked about that. I
So-
gave you
No, you
approbation.
gave me-
Women need to shut the fuck up.
Approbation-
What does that mean?
It's not so. That's very harsh, and I get that why women repel most women at even the sentiment, because it sounds kind of demeaning and demoting and diminishing.
Hmm.
So I don't really want to use that phrase, but it's like knowing when to use your voice.
I like
agree.
that, and
Yeah.
picking and choosing your battles.
That's knowing when to use your
Yeah.
voice, knowing when to say something. And I want y'all to understand something, ladies. Your real power is in your silence.
Mhm.
I agree.
I agree.
When a woman is happy, she is talkative.
Mhm.
She can't be quiet. Let me tell you what happened at work. And let me tell you, when a woman is quiet, something's going on, buddy.
Mhm.
Is when she's get quiet and starts to get more reserved, something going on. Y'all power is in your quietness, your stillness, and your meekness. Y'all don't know where y'all power is when it comes to a man, and you're trying to extract it from a place where it's going to be ineffective. I'm giving you this advice so you can place the power where it's most effective, where your relationship is happy, healthy, and fruitful, and you are the supervisor, the overseer, the puppet master, the avatar,
Mhm.
Mm,
because you're using your divine femininity right.
mm.
I agree.
But when you open your mouth even if we wrong and talk to us reckless, we cannot feel God vibrating through you in that conversation.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You are talking to us like a joker. So a joker is going to speak back. But if you talk to us like a king, then a king is going to speak back to you.
Mm.
Is that like disarming him from having to be like that?
Yes.
Mhm. I feel like my best defense is to have none.
Yo,
Best
My
Defense
best
is-
defense is to have none. Like I'm trying to learn that like everything isn't like being thrown at me where I have to be
yeah,
defensive.
so you don't
I'm
have
starting
to
to just
always be defensive.
Well, let me tell you
Mhm.
what something my grandmother taught me, right? It's called the sandwich method, right? And if a lot of people may know this method, but this
Wait,
works really. Oh, I have something on my lip, y'all.
Oh, okay.
Is it
It's
done?
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. So the sandwich method is simple and it works really well when you're talking to anyone, but really good in a relationship. So the bread is soft. So when you want to bring something up with your man, the bread is the buttering it up. It's the soft part. So you'd be like, baby, I want to, I really love spending time with you and I really love going on dates with you. And then you get to the meat and the cheese. And the meat and the cheese is, but I feel like we don't do that enough. And I really want to do that more because being around you just makes me feel amazing.
Mhm.
And then you close it off with another soft piece of bread. And that other soft piece of bread is like, so I really, I can plan something, but I would love to just have a day, maybe once a week where we can go out so I can just get
But you don't even
sexy
have to,
for
let me
you.
say
I
that.
knew
You
you
don't
were
even
gonna
have
say
to
that.
say that.
I
I'm going
knew
to
it.
tell you how
Okay.
men work.
I
You
Go
knew
don't
it.
ahead.
treat it like sex. If you having sex with your man and he hitting the spot right where it's supposed to be, you're going to be vocal about it. Ooh, you're going to let him know this is where I wanted at.
Mm-hmm.
When your man is doing stuff you like, be vocal about it.
Exactly.
We going to chase that oxytocin.
Yeah.
Ooh, she said, oh, babe, we going to chase it. Like, I want to hear some more. I'm going to do that again. Whatever that thing was that
I
I
need
did
it
that
back.
you gave me all that approbation,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do that stuff again and get more approbation.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do the stuff you like, all you have to do is be vocal about the stuff we do that you like. Y'all are more vocal and passionate about the stuff we do that you don't like than y'all are about the stuff that we do that you do like. But you don't have to necessarily walk us through it. Once we do it, throw a parade for it. The dopamine's gonna go off, oxytocin all over the place, and we gonna keep chasing that. That means we gonna keep doing that thing, just like in sex. If you, oh, I like it. Oh, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm
Yeah.
right where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So when he doing what you're supposed to be, throw a parade for it. He'll keep doing it because he likes the way your approbation and your nurturing feels.
That's the biggest key that I've learned in relationships. Like any little thing. I remember I was at a restaurant with this guy that I was dating and they asked him inside or outside and he was like, "We'll sit outside." And I looked at him, I said, "Baby, I love when you just make decisions. It's every little thing you encourage that man, anything you like, because guess what? It's just like a kid. You encourage them at doing something well, they're going to continue to maintain that behavior. So it's the same thing with the man. Every time he hits that spot when y'all having sex, ooh, baby, that feels good. Same thing in real life because you want him to keep hitting that spot. So guess what? In real life,
Absolutely.
you want him to keep hitting that spot. You want him to keep taking you on dates. Ooh, baby, I love when you take
So
me
you
out.
understand
You
my
make me
point.
feel
Yeah.
so sexy.
That's
I
my point.
love
She
that.
gets it, but I knew you would.
Mm-hmm.
You just needed.
I mean, I
be
always
in a
do
place
that already.
to listen, though, because you wasn't listening at first. But you get the analogy. She drove it home even better than me.
I'm sick of him.
And what do you mean? I just gave you your prop.
I'm so
See?
sick of him, y'all.
What's your closing arguments? So we're gonna have a part 2. We can't forget that we're gonna have a part 2.
We definitely gonna
'Cause
have
this
to
is
have a
huge.
part 2.
'Cause you
and
said
we
you had
want
2
you
more
guys
points?
to. We need you guys to DM us, email us, write us in, and give us your thoughts, your questions, and your feedback because we'll bring it to this platform and talk about it collectively. Not one person has an answer.
Right.
Collectively, we have the data and can find an answer collectively with the data. But we need to hear your questions or where you was confused at or what you believe, and you can bring it to us. And as a collective, y'all are part of the unqualified community.
Mm.
Because I'm going to be honest,
Look
I don't want to
up.
have another episode of this because I don't really care what men want. I'm just kidding.
And that's a wrap. Thank
just
you
kidding.
for
I'm just
watching.
kidding. That's what he thought I wanted to hear, but you know I care what men want. It's
we
just
definitely have to. Well, if y'all don't want the
no.
rest,
We're just
there's
kidding.
about 4 more.
They want the rest.
They want the
four
rest. It
more
was
things.
a joke because that's
There's
how you
about 4
started
more
the
things,
episode.
but I want to be able to lie it out again, and I like to use a bunch of analogies and metaphors and similes so that y'all understand the gravity of what I'm telling you, so that you understand how important the thing it is. Because what you want to be important to us ain't, no matter how much you
Exactly.
yell it, no matter
Exactly.
how passionate you are about it, only thing
Facts.
that's going to be important to us is what's important to us. So if you want a man, understand what's important to a man and get good at those things, and then you can take a good man to a great man.
Facts.
And you have go from a great man to a great, happy, healthy, fruitful relationship.
Amen.
I love that. So we do have
Yes,
to
we do.
continue to touch on the topic of what men want, because as women, I think we always are vocal about what we want.
And leave comments in our
Yes.
YouTube page
Yeah.
right here and let us know what you think. Because when we do part 2, we're gonna bring the comments on, or any kind of letter or note. We're gonna incorporate that into the show to expand on that. Because we all in this thing together. We're all trying to figure it out together, but not only one person has an answer. We all have it collectively, because we bring the data together collectively, and that's how we find out.
And I want us to be able to have a platform where we can understand men better, because I think it's really important to understand men, what they want, and allow Six to be the representative for men, because you know, a lot of the time it's all about what women want. We're very vocal about what we want. We don't have to have an episode about
And
what
we
want.
don't mind giving
Yeah.
y'all what y'all want. As long as, again, we was going down a checklist of things that we want. If we got that, then yes, it doesn't matter. When you was like, yo, but do you enjoy it? If we have these things, yeah.
And if it's the right woman.
If we don't have these things, then no, we don't enjoy it. Because it's like, I'm not getting anything out of it.
And if it's the right woman. So thank you guys so much.
Not her
I
throwing that
appreciate
in.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
she wants that to be.
Yeah, I appreciate
It don't matter if it's the right or wrong woman. It's who's giving it to us.
But you did say that it does matter on the last episode.
I'm talking about giving it to us.
Okay,
That's
love
the-
you.
Love y'all. We outta
Appreciate
here.
you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. We will have a part 2 of this, of what the fuck do men want. We love y'all. Peace.
All right, guys, that is it. We have ran out of time. But if you like what you heard or disagree with what you heard today, please let us know. Follow us on Instagram at the UAF Podcast, and also like and subscribe to our YouTube, the UAF Podcast. Again, we always read your comments and we always respect your perspective. Thank you for tuning in. This is the UAF crew, and as always, we are not sorry.